The text came at 11:47 p.m., a time when I should have been asleep, curled next to her. I remember staring at my phone, the screen glowing too brightly in the darkroom. "Don't worry, it's just a girl's night. I'll be back soon." My chest tightened for a reason I couldn't name, and I told myself I was imagining it. I always imagine things. I was probably being paranoid. But the signs had been there, small at first. The missed calls I didn't question, the sudden defensiveness when I asked about her day, the quiet laughter she tried to stifle when scrolling her phone in another room. I'd brushed it off as stress, work deadlines, exhaustion. I wanted to trust her. I needed to trust her. The party started innocuously enough. A friend's engagement celebration. A grand hall decorated with fairy lights. The clinking of glasses, and laughter spilling from every corner. I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be us. But something was off the moment we walked in. She was distant, checking her phone too often, smiling at someone I couldn't see. My chest started to ache with a familiar, gnawing suspicion. It wasn't until the champagne was poured that it hit me. I was standing near the buffet when I heard her voice, dripping with mockery. "Honestly," she said, her lips curled into a smile I didn't recognize, "I could leave you any time." The words hung in the air like a punch I didn't see coming. I froze. My hands trembled around the glass. Laughter bubbled from nearby friends, oblivious to the venom in her tone. I wanted to ask her to repeat it. I wanted to scream. But something inside me stayed quiet. I didn't know why. Later, in a quieter corner, I watched her. She was talking to a man I didn't know, leaning in too close, laughing at jokes I didn't get. My mind raced, and for the first time in years, doubt clawed at me with sharp nails. That night I didn't sleep. I replayed every small detail of the past months. The unexplained texts, the sudden late nights at work, the distant kisses. Memories that once felt warm now stung like betrayal. The next morning I found the messages. Hidden notifications on her phone, conversations that were deleted too carefully, laughter at things that weren't mine to hear. Each word was a blade. Each sentence a confirmation of my worst fears. I confronted her gently at first, trying to find reasoning in a nightmare I wasn't sure I deserved. "Why?" I asked, voice barely above a whisper. Her eyes filled with a mixture of guilt and defiance. I don't know. It just happened." It was never cinematic, no dramatic yelling, no doors slamming. It was quieter, more painful. The truth settled like ash in my chest. She justified herself, claiming loneliness, claiming that our lives had become routine, that she hadn't meant to hurt me. And I remembered our first years, the laughter, the whispered dreams, the late-night talks that felt eternal. Every memory felt like a lie now. Yet I couldn't stop loving her. Days turned into weeks. I oscillated between rage and despair, heartbreak and a dull, empty longing. Friends offered advice, but no one truly understands betrayal until they've felt it gnaw at their bones in silence. I walked past places that held memories of us and felt a strange sense of mourning. Not for her, but for the person I thought she was. The turning point came unexpectedly. I didn't scream. I didn't cry in front of her. I simply looked her in the eye and said calmly, "I know." She faltered like the truth had suddenly weight. I never meant." "I know," I repeated, letting it sink between us like finality. There was no dramatic confrontation. No revenge. Just recognition and a quiet, steady decision. I couldn't stay. Not like this. Leaving wasn't easy. I packed my things while she slept, each item a fragment of a life I was closing off. I paused by the door, looking back at the room that had held our laughter, our arguments, our quiet mornings. My chest ached, but there was clarity now. Pain, yes, but also freedom. Weeks later, I found myself walking in the park, feeling the winter sun warm my face. I thought about her words from that night. "I could leave you anytime." And I realized that in letting go, I had reclaimed something far greater, myself. I would remember the betrayal, yes, but I wouldn't let it define me. I could still laugh, still trust, still hope. Slowly I began to rebuild. Closure didn't come from confrontation or vengeance. It came quietly, in the small, unremarkable moments where I chose to breathe, to move forward, to be whole again. And in that stillness I finally understood. The hardest betrayals sometimes lead to the deepest discoveries about who you are, and the love you truly deserve.